Hey guys,
I'm Melissa.
I'm Patty.
And we are
El Efecto Podcast. Welcome back,
guys.
Episode 61.
Woo! Episode 61. We hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode. We know there was so much to catch up on.
I know.
Like
the whole damn month.
Literally.
The whole damn month.
Literally all of October. We're in the second week of November.
Which is
like already.
We're in month 11 out of 12. Yeah. Oh! My brain can't process that.
Don't put it that way.
No, but like
it's true.
How?
I know.
Like the year, and we've said this multiple times, and I know I've said this like literally since I graduated school.
Yeah, every year.
And I started working. The years fly by. I don't understand why. Maybe because when I'm in school, I feel like, oh my, I'm trying to get into the real world. Yeah. And now that I'm in the real world, it's like every day, it just flies by. Yeah. Like I can't process that.
Yeah, and in school we're like pushing through midterms, finals, like everything, and now it's just like it's here. I know, because even in my current position, I'm like, oh my god, I've already been there for the year.
Yeah,
like, I'm like, how? It's just crazy. Like it's just every year. I'm like, fuck.
Like it went by so fast. I watched last week's episode during the week, and then on YouTube, like if you don't, like it'll automatically keep playing.
Yeah.
So a summer episode came up, and I was like, oh my god, we were so tan. I was like, I need that tan.
No, and even just I know I was watching something, and then same thing, I think it was like during while we were like uploading all of this, and I was like, oh my god, like it's literally been so long, it's gone by so quick. Oh no. And I was thinking about Georgie's birthday. That's where I was like watching stuff, and it just I was like, it's already been a year since that, and like Halloween already passed.
Oh yeah, because you did send that video.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So I was like, how? But yeah, well, guys, time is flying.
It's flying. And if you can hear, so last week I was down bad, and now Mely is down bad.
But I'm like, oh, I gotta push through. But no, been getting some rest, and then now it's just, I'm like, all right, I'm still trying, but I'm a little weak.
I gave her the XL3. I was like, bitch, have you been taking it? And she's like, I took it once. And I'm like, that is the secret.
Yeah,
that is the secret sauce.
It truly does help. I've been on Dayquil, and I'm like, I don't know.
They don't do it. The Mexican medicine, literally, like, bitch. So Dayquil, just think, like, you drink it, and it's inside your body, like, no, stay back, virus, don't do that. XL3 to be like, chinga tu madre, güey, chinga tu madre.
It's a little, you know.
It's un tiratero.
Go. You're done. All of y'all are done.
Literally, and you're good.
Yeah, no, that's so true. But yeah, guys, that's why I sound like this. I know it was funny because I sent a voice memo to my housemates because I got sick in Spain, and I said, look at who has the best immune system in the world. They're like, bitch, how? Guys, because I get sick super easily. Yeah. So it was just funny. And I was thinking of getting the flu shot. I'm going to give myself some time because I know I'm going to get sick when I get the flu shot. So I'm not doing that. But yeah, guys. So welcome back. We're here. And then on this week's episode, as usual, we're just going to catch up on that first half, right?
Yeah. I feel like there was just so much to like
Yeah, there's a lot that happened.
This week. But let's start on a lighter note and just like update on our individual like week. I can start. So literally after last week's episode, I was able to turn it on for the camera, but literally the second I was down bad. The second camera stopped rolling, I did not feel good. The car ride home, I was like hoodie on, like Mely would talk, and I'm like, oh yeah. And like my body just hurt so bad. I was getting chills. I was like, fuck, I'm like really, really sick. And I had that nasty taste in my mouth. Like when you lose your taste, essentially. Yeah. And I was like, oh no. So got home, literally ordered pho. And I just like, so at the time we did have, no, I didn't take XL3 yet because we didn't have any. I was just like chilling. I made myself some tea. So I had some tea once my pho got there. I drank like the broth and everything. It definitely did help me. And then literally after that, I was just like under like my covers. I was just binge watching movies, but I fell asleep. I slept so much, and then when I woke up, I felt like I was getting a fever. And I was like, oh, like I just felt so weak, and I was so lightheaded, so congested, like just gross. So then I got XL3, took that, knocked out. So that was Sunday. Monday, woke up feeling like shit. Like I was actually like, oh my God, like so much congestion, like headache, like body aches, everything hurt so bad. I kept with like all the liquids, the electrolyte, the cocoa, Gatorade, water, orange juice. Literally, I had pho and ramen maybe like 5 days in a row.
Yeah.
That was like the only thing with hella limon. I was like drinking the broth. And then I even had to cancel my therapy session on Tuesday because I was not feeling good. Yeah. Like it just was so bad. And then I started feeling a little better Wednesday, like afternoon. But literally Sunday through Wednesday, I was just sick. I was down bad. Thursday I felt a bit better and I was like, okay, like I'm going to go to Soul Cycle today. It was the most difficult class of my life. One, because I haven't been writing as much. So I'm already like, the thing is with Soul, like if you don't use it, you lose it like quick. So like my stamina's already, I need to get back to where I was. And then just not feeling good, everything hurt. Like there was a moment during like Soulful where I got so like, actually during weights, I got cold. And I was like, I got chills and I go, oh hell no. I put my towel like over me and I was like, oh my God, like I can't. Immediately showered and then we went to go get pho. And it's funny because we were also having a conversation about like, how is it November? Like literally how, and just like so much has happened this year, like so much has happened this year and it's just crazy. So that was Thursday, and then Friday I don't really remember. I didn't really do much Friday. I don't think I really did much on Friday because I still wasn't like feeling that great, and even after Soul I woke up kind of just like ugh. Like, it took a lot out of me. So, I guess one of the most eventful parts of my week was yesterday. So, on Saturday, it was my baby nephew's first birthday. My fur nephew, Bubba. He's a little Frenchie.
He's so cute.
And, fun fact, I've loved French bulldogs forever. Like, and we didn't grow up with pets. We had birds, we had fish, I think, at one point. My brother had a turtle at some point, like, but no dogs. And we've always loved dogs, my brother and I, but my parents are very much like, nope, because they knew they were going to have to pick up shit. But I'm like, they could have instilled in us, like, okay, you're going to, like that's responsibility. But in their mind, they were like, we're going to be the ones taking care of it. We don't want it. So this whole time I was deprived, and this whole time I was made to believe that my parents don't like dogs. Like my dad, whenever we'd go to a family's house or a family member's home that had a pet or a dog, my dad's like, get out of here. Like he doesn't fuck with them. So in April, my brother and sister-in-law got my niece a dog. My brother's friend dog had puppies and my brother got one, and I remember the day that I was a little nervous because I was like, what is my dad gonna say? Because we have a duplex, so my dad's I'm like, oh shit, I was nervous. Literally they brought him, I remember the day they brought him to, like, I guess to meet us. It was the week before I went to Boston. It was like that last, or maybe like I think it was that last week or 2 weeks before I went to Boston in April. And he was a little puppy. He was like 5 months. Tiny. And I remember they knocked on my door and I just opened it. I go, oh, and I wanted to cry. Literally, it was like, oh, the baby. like
cute.
he's just this cute little, he's gray, but he's like spotted.
His eyes
are two different colors, but they're blue. He's just so cute. And my dad literally was like, oh hell no, like are you kidding me? Like, oh my god, no, like I don't want him in here, whatever. Fast forward, and the funny thing is, he, like, Frenchies, like, they sound like piggies, and he snores a lot. And I remember that day, I was like, oh my god, he sounds like Danny, like my brother, because that motherfucker was snore like a damn bear, like loud. Like, that motherfucker wouldn't let nobody sleep. The dog snores exactly like him. It's weird. And I remember when I said that, my mom was like, oh, like, did you guys tell Danny about, like, what does he think about the dog? And that's when they were kind of like, oh, we haven't heard from him. You guys know that story.
Yeah.
Then all that happened.
Yeah.
So then, whatever, fast forward a few weeks after everything, like losing my brother, whatever, the dog, I remember my brother had asked me if I could, like, babies. Oh, no. It was right before. It was like that same week, because I was packing to go to Boston, that they asked me to watch him. And I was like, yeah, but like, what is dad going to say? And they were like, to my surprise, they were like, nothing. He's been with them the whole time. I was like, excuse me?
Yeah. You're like,
I was like, what are you talking about? They sent me a picture of my dad holding the dog on our fucking couch, like this,
like literally
like
on
a
the
baby,
couch,
and I'm like, this motherfucker. My whole life, I couldn't get a dog.
Yeah, because he was.
They get my niece a dog, and all of a sudden you're okay with it, and then he comes out with the like, I've always liked dogs. I just didn't want to take care of them. Excuse me? You are a fraud. You are like, fake. No. I literally told me that. I was like, bitch, I could have had a dog this whole time. And it's literally that meme where it's like, el que no quería, perro, mira cómo está. Like, yeah. And my dad was like, hey guy, hey Bubba. And my dad will hold them, play with them. And honestly, I feel like we got Bubba at the perfect time, because he's like a baby. We get so excited with like everything that he would do. I definitely think that Bubba like helped, oh my god, is helping heal like our loss. Oh my god, especially with my dad, because again, like my dad doesn't, oh my god, I didn't think I was gonna fucking cry. Obviously like it's still hard, it's coping with it or whatnot, but like I guess having like a little distraction with and the dogs,
truly, like, they're just like, oh.
And I think they finally understand that like it is helpful, because my mom is still kind of like, oh, like she's the one that's so scared. She's like, no lo puedo creer, tu pa. And I told her, I was like, honestly, I was like, this was like the perfect thing that could have happened. I'm like, because now he's kind of distracted, and I'm like, and he's playing with him, and it like, I was like, it is very therapeutic. And I was like, no, I've heard that. And even my mom says, she's like, I just can't believe that this dog sounds like Danny. Like when he snores, he sounds just like him. So fast forward, yesterday was November 9th, and Bubba turned 1 year old. And it was funny, I woke up in the morning and I could hear him like
with his little legs,
in like running through the kitchen and living room, and I heard my mom, hi Bubba, happy birthday. And she's like singing happy birthday to him. And I was like, oh my god. And I had this idea, and I already knew we're gonna have a little birthday party for him. But I was like, I need to get him a gift. And I was like, oh, I want to take him to like go buy a toy. So I FaceTimed them. I'm like, yeah. And I was like, but I need Leia to come with me, because I need her to be with him in the back seat to like take care of him. Because my fear was, if I have him in the front seat, that motherfucker will fall. That was my biggest fear. So Leia's job was to watch him. Remember this. So we take him, and she didn't want to go. She was kind of like, oh, like, why do I have to go? And I'm like, and I told her as we were getting in the car, I go, Leia, I was like, if you help me and you do a good job, I was like, I will take you to Ulta and I will buy you one thing. She said, okay. She's like, I want a lip gloss. I go, okay. So we get to Home Goods, and I'm so excited, because I'm like, and they don't really take him out. Like, he loves car rides, but like they don't really take him like places, out. So this one, he doesn't know how to really walk. like on a leash. Like, this motherfucker wants to go every which way but the way I want to go. And I'm like, come on, Bubba. He stops at every little thing to sniff.
Yep.
And I'm like, come on. So we're right outside Home Goods, and he's sniffing something, and I was like, okay, whatever, like, let him sniff a little bit, and then in case he has to pee or something, and let him go. He didn't have to. And then this older couple, I just hear, oh my gosh, like, I just want to stand out here and stare at your dog. He is so beautiful. Like, what is he? And I was always a Frenchie, and they're like, his coat, oh my gosh. And then he looks at them, they're like, his eyes. They're like, how old is he? And I was like, oh, today's actually his birthday, he turns 1. They're like, oh my gosh. I was like, you can pet him. They're like, what's his name? I'm like, Bubba. They're like, oh my God. Okay, that's literally like the pavement right when you're about to get into the store. We enter into the store, and I tell my niece, we need to get a cart. I was like, because we cannot walk with him. I need to put him in a cart. So as she's getting the cart, this like other family, it's a mom with 2 daughters, and they're like, oh my God. The mom's talking to me. One of her daughters, the youngest one, is like, I'm scared of dogs. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And the other daughter's like, can I pet him? I go, yeah. And she's petting him, and they're like, oh my God. We put him in the cart. Another family walks in. They're like, I didn't know they sold puppies in this store. They're like, hey, buddy. Everyone. And he's just like, I was scared he was going to jump out of the cart. Because he was like, but he was kind of just like overstimulated, like, what's going on? So Leia was like, had her hand on him, and she was walking next to the cart. And I go, straight to the toys. I go, let's go. We get into the toy aisle, and he's like, and immediately we're just squeezing things. And like, I made a little mini vlog, so go check that out on TikTok and Instagram. And it was just so cute. So we ended up leaving with this pig.
Oh my God, when you squeezed that, I was like, he's like,
so he was like, but he like liked it in the store. Apparently now he doesn't like it. He keeps barking at it. But it's fun. It's a cute little pig. And it's a Christmas one because it's red and green. And then I was like, I want to get him another toy, a smaller one. I find this octopus, and I'm like, I was like, cute. I personally love this. Like, if it didn't squeak, I would want it for myself. And he loves it. Like, he's like playing with it.
And then the legs, I'm sure he's like,
it's because he can't grab the head really. So the legs is like what he can hold on to. And I'm like, hey, like, that's it. And we're exiting the aisle, and I just spot clothes, and I'm like, I need to look at the clothes. So I got him this little turtleneck like sweater, and I was like, oh, for the holidays. And then my sister-in-law was like, for Thanksgiving. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I saw this Santa suit.
It's so cute.
It's so freaking cute. And I was like, Leia, what size is she?
Insert clip here.
Yes, insert clip here. I was like, Leia, what size is he? She's like, medium. I go, okay. And I'm like, this is gonna fit him. It's so cute. And it has a hat with the little beard. He's gonna wear it on Christmas. But yeah, so that was like our day. It was so cute, so fun. I'm telling you, like, this dog is spoiled. But he's literally our baby. Like, he is our baby. We spoil the shit out of him. And my sister-in-law was like, yeah, he's gonna have a party. Like, this is his birthday. My brother se pasó. He grilled steaks for the dog. Like, he got like the whole thing, and he like sliced everything. The dog is unseasoned, but like we had a steak dinner. Steak, mashed potatoes, couscous, green beans, asparagus.
Period.
And then the dog, they cut up his, I think it was ribeye. They cut up his steak, and they cut up some unseasoned like asparagus. Fucked it up.
Hell yeah, shit, I would too.
Fucked it, but it was so good. Like, the steak, bitch, it cut like butter. I needed no season, like I didn't need sauce, nothing. It was so
like, I've had one time I remember I had a steak, guys. No, like literally after that day I was like,
I will give it to him. God. My brother gets down with steak.
Yeah, that's just fire. And the mashed potato that Jenny
Jenny,
it was so good too.
I love her mashed potato. It was just, we have so much left over. I'm like, when I get home, I'm like, breakfast.
Get up.
No, but literally yesterday I was like, I don't think Mely, but I forgot you were sick. But John Joe was like, hey, tell her to pull up because we have a lot of steak. So then whatever, we have our dinner, and then it's my mom's working, so it's like all of us but my mom. And then my dad's like has like the game on or whatever, and then Jenny's like, okay, like I'm gonna go make him like his little dessert so we could sing happy birthday. And she didn't get him a cake or anything, but she just made like a puree. It was like pumpkin puree, peanut butter, a little bit of cinnamon, and like blueberries. And I think she put in like ban in there. And she has a 1 candle, and she put it in his bowl, and she's like, hey, it's time to sing. And my dad goes, oh my god, like my dad's laughing like, y'all really about to sing to this dog? That man got up and sat down where we were gonna sing. Like, you judging us, but you're still part of it.
You're gonna do it.
And we turn off the lights. We light the candle. George is holding him. We sing happy birthday. He is so happy.
Oh my god.
He's like, and I'm like, oh my god, you're so cute, the baby. And yeah, I think he ended up blowing out the candle. Or George was like, blow it. And I think he like sneezed or something, and he blew it out. It was so cute. And then we just like watched a movie, which I was telling Mely I recommend. So I was on TikTok. That's what I did Friday. I was on TikTok all fucking day, sleeping, and that's it. But this movie, it's called The Girl That Got Away, and it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, I've seen this one.
Okay,
I think I've seen this
one.
And
I don't know if it's like loosely based off of like a real abduction that happened a long time ago. The quick synopsis is there was this woman. She kidnapped like these 5 girls, and she ended up killing 4 out of the 5. 1 escaped, and then like 20 years later, the one that escaped is like living her life or whatever, and then the woman, she escapes from prison, or she gets out, and then she's basically trying to get her back. So there's a lot of like murder, there's like twists. It's good. I really enjoy it. So check it out. It's on Amazon Prime, and we watched it last night. And literally Bubba was like, dude, when I tell you, Bubba's now on our couch. My mom was very much against this. He's literally on the couch in her blanket like this.
Oh my god.
Snoring the whole time.
He's like, I'm living my best life.
Literally living his best life. Fed, everything.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much been like the week.
Yeah. Oh, because guys, he's so cute.
He's so cute.
And it was just funny because Patty was telling me about like singing happy birthday at my Nino, and I said, but he was there, huh? And she's like, not singing, but he was like sitting there. And I'm like, oh my god, because it's just funny. Like, even like when we were at the house with Kate, for my birthday, we got together, we were at the house.
Fake as fuck, dude.
And like they were the last ones there because my dad and Patty's dad, right, Nino, they're chilling, drinking.
They're literally us.
It was so funny, guys. There was one moment when we were, I don't know what we said, but we were going inside and they were taking another shot, and literally my dad turned around, I was like, and we were like, yep, that's literally us. Like, my dad smiled, he's like, whatever.
And like our moms, like my mom was like, let me know, we're gonna stay, let me go inside, watch my novela. And they just cheers, they're like, ha ha ha.
Yeah,
and they recorded it. I was like, bitch, this is us, we are our dads.
Like, it was so funny. But like Kane was, so after that Kane was out, and like he was going with my Nino, and I was like, and me too, I was scared. I was like, my dad's gonna hit him. Yeah, I was just like, oh my god, because Kane, like, he's good, but I need to teach him just not to jump. Like, that's the thing. He gets excited and he like fucking likes to jump on people, and I'm like, no, don't jump. And guys, he's a big dog. Yeah, he's that shit hurts. Like, yeah, like he can knock your ass out. Yeah, like he literally can knock someone out. So he went to like my Nino, and he was there. My Nino was like grabbing him and stuff, but he was like fine. Yeah. I was like, oh, and he even had him in between. Like, my dad was sitting on the chair and he was there, and my dad was like, and my mom was like. Yeah, and then Nino, of course, because she's not she's getting used, I guess, like with dogs, but yeah, Kane is a big boy, so I was like, oh my god, I was like, you're fake as fuck. Yeah, Patty looked at me like, in that moment when Kane was between his legs, we're like, what? Like, I was like, crazy. I was robbed of a fucking childhood with a dog. With a dog. But now I have my puppy. Exactly, and I'm like, he's so cute, my baby. I know. And I know, guys, literally my weekend consisted same, like starting to get sick, but it was kind of like work. It was a bit busy. I went to work on Thursday. Guys, I sat down for 30 minutes and I said, absolutely not. I was like, there's no way. And my manager and my director too, they were like, Melissa, go home. Literally go home. So came home. I got home. I took some tea and then some medicine, and I like played a movie in the background. But guys, I knocked out. Like I literally knocked out. And I woke up and I was like, what time is it? What is it? Especially with this daylight savings.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I honestly, I kind of love it. I love that I get started quicker. But I was definitely like, what time is it? And then I just got showered, and I mean, I woke up and I was like, okay, I need a shower. Like I needed it. And then I just slept at my grandma's that day, and then it was Friday.
What did you ask grandma?
Oh, guys, I slept at grandma's, and then I asked grandma, I was like, Grandma, so te tengo una pregunta. She's like, ¿qué pasó? And then I was like, ocupamos tu casa el 22 de noviembre. I'm like, podemos usar atrás porque vamos a hacer un Prisgiving. She's like, ¿qué es eso? I'm like, vamos a celebrar el día del pavo, los primos nada más, y pues tú. And then, like, whatever. She's like, ay, ay, ay. She's like, and she, like, but the biggest smile, it was so funny. She's like, ay, ay, ay. And it took her a second, and she starts nodding, and I was like, so es sí? And then she's like, pues sí.
She's not gonna tell us no.
Yeah, like, but it was just so funny. She's like, ay, ay, ay. And she's like literally processing it.
She's like, oh shit.
She's like, all of y'all fuck.
No, but she's gonna love it.
Yeah, and like deep down, and it's just like, it's our grandma's. Because we were thinking of locations we had, because we had talked about it at my house. We're like, my house, honestly, I was like, oh, maybe not. And then the cousin said an Airbnb. I was like, I know a group of us would probably be down, but the other group not. And I was like, you know what? Grandma's. Like, yeah. I was like, it's just, we're all good there. It's close to everyone. And I'm like, might as well. And if we got to sleep over, we sleep over. And that's it, you know? But yeah, so we're going to have a little Prisgiving at our grandma's.
I'm so excited. So excited. We were talking about it on the drive-in. I'm like, bitch, like, I'm like, this isn't just going to be like, oh yeah, like we're just gonna chill. We are
the whole thing.
But I'm like, I'm already thinking of activities. So fuckers, get ready.
Get ready, bitch.
We're gonna have prizes. Like, I know. I'm so and we are very competitive.
Yeah, like I'm so excited. It's gonna be so funny. Yeah. It's just gonna be so funny.
And what I love, and who was I was telling Paulina and Dolly about this on Thursday after Soul. I was like, I'm so excited because yes, we hang out as cousins, but it's usually like my age down, or like Danny, who's like, you're older than me, and like us, but like we're including like our all older cousins, like literally the oldest to the except the babies, but like
literally
there's 18 of us.
And then it's like we get together, but usually when we see each other, it's mainly like all of us, it's Christmas. That's like usually it, and it's always,
and even then
and it's so much fun on Christmas when we're together, so it's just like, why not? And then once they called it, I was like, okay, I've always wanted to do this. Like, we're like, all right, let's fucking make it happen. And we're all getting like older, like, and you know, people are starting to get with their cup. It's just like, so it adds more people, but it's also like, let's just do it while we can.
And it makes me feel like when we're little, because even though we're all older or whatever, that day at Christmas,
it feels
like when we were little, because we
clown on each other.
This is the thing, like, if you've ever been around our family, it's just funny how we are, like how we talk to each other. We're just cracking jokes, we laugh about nothing, we reminisce on shit, like
it's so fun. And then I feel like we all just need it, like it's gonna be a great time. I'm very, very excited. We secured the food.
I'm going on the record, I hope we don't go around the table and say something, because I will cry.
I'm like, I
nominate the oldest cousin that's gonna be there, so Nina Leti, get ready.
You can go ahead and
or
do Titty. You guys take it over, because no, thank you. But so I'm super excited for that. So that's kind of what happened on Thursday or Friday. I worked from home, and then I actually worked that day, but I was okay, whatever, at least I'm like in my space. And then I have a wedding coming up. Well, we have a wedding coming up next year, but part of the
it's gonna be here so fast.
It's gonna be here before we know it. But I'm part of that bridal group, so we're planning a bridal shower. So we did some food tasting at one of our friends' house. So that's kind of what our Friday consisted of. Ended it early, went home, put some movies on, knocked out. And then yesterday I just ran some errands. I had to get a few things, and then I had a gift card to use up from Sephora, and it was a Sephora sale. I was like, might as well just add that in there. And then just needed some things from Target. And then what else did I do yesterday? Yeah, then I got home and I literally the same thing. I just kind of put some movies, slept, and then yeah, we're here today. But
Yeah.
honestly, the most like exciting, and it's not even exciting, it was finding like the food for our Prisgiving. I was like on the phone with all these different like people trying to get the like a good deal but good food, and then some of them were getting booked, and I was like, oh my god. And this guy,
Literally shout out to Mely because she was like the one running and gunning. It was funny because she would be like, she'd ask me something and I was like dead, and I'm like, bitch, I'm not.
Yeah, like
I just need to know what's going on.
In that second when I called you, I was like, oh my god, I forgot you were sick. I was like,
yeah,
oh shit.
I was like, I didn't look at anything.
Yeah, because we were like, because it's a lot of us guys, so we were like, what type of food? And I was like, I just need to know now. So we ended up going with, okay, I say hibachi, but it's hibachi, like whatever it is.
Hibachi.
Yeah. So we went with that. So I'm excited because I love that food, and we're getting.
I already know it's gonna be funny. Like with just our cousins and like the guy. I hope we get a good.
No, he is so good. Like that's why I was going through energy. Like okay. And even just talking on the phone with him, I'm like, okay, cool. Like I got his vibes right away. I was like, you're gonna be a good one. And they're young, so like and his server too. And but yeah, I was like going all over through Instagram. I was like reaching out to our friends like Danielle and Leslie because they had recently gotten one, but they recommended the same one that our cousin Mikey recommended, and he was already taken. And then the other ones, like, okay, I get it. Like, you're getting a following because you do celebrity and influencer parties. But, guys, the prices, I was like, no mames. I was like, okay, yo te llamo para atrás. I'm psych. I was like, hell no. I was, like, going through.
Let me think about it.
Yeah. And then there was one, I do get that. This is like, he's like, we service LA, OC, San Diego, whatever. And I was like, fuck, like, where is he actually located though? Because they charge for the distance. Oh. So I was like, let me ask. And then everything was sounding good. And then I was like, okay, hey, like, we're in Inglewood. I know you, like, you serve this area, but like, how much is the distance? Like, where are you located? And he's like, oh, we're closer to Riverside. And I was like, oh fuck. In my head, I was like, he's gonna have a charge. And then I was like, okay, how much is the charge? When he said the charge, I was like, no, thank you. It was like $300 on top of his service fee and everything. So it was just gonna be too much. So the plate, which was already kind of high because they have a following, the service fee and everything.
We should have had our pay for that one.
I know.
Bitch.
And yeah. And then finally found this one. And then I saw he's done some stuff for like Rosecrans Vic and like all these other people. I was like, okay. I know. I was like, Rosecrans Vic. And then I was going through his reviews and the food, and it like generally looked really good. And I was like, all right. I'm excited. I think he's the one. And I was just scared he wasn't available. But immediately he's like, yeah, can you actually jump on a call? Okay, you call me like, during your lunch or whatever so that we can talk, because I think it's better to explain it. And I was like, no, I agree. But he was super, super cool, super like vibes. So Nico Hibachi or whatever. That's what we're getting.
Look him up. I'm so excited.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be super, super exciting. But yeah, that's kind of like what happened during my week. But guys, we know a lot happened this week.
Literally, my stomach hurts.
Like, literally.
I also think that's also part of the. I think being sick, like physically sick, and then everything happening, like just added to it, because I just feel so drained.
Yeah.
So as you guys know, unfortunately, the election happened, and unfortunately, we're not happy with the results. But like, call me conspiracy theorist or whatever, but there's a lot of shit popping up still, that it's like ballots that were dropped, like ballot boxes that were like set on fire and stuff. There's a lot of things that I'm hearing that like could potentially, like, I feel like something is gonna happen. I don't know what, but something. So as we know, and I'm not saying his name because it's fuck that puto forever. Period. But a Cheeto Puff is back in the Oval Office. And when I tell you, my heart. So first of all, I hope everyone went out and voted. I hope everyone did.
And I kept hearing a lot like, well, I don't know who to vote for. I don't endorse like Kamala or I don't endorse the other party. I don't endorse either of them. And here's my thing. It's like, regardless of that, like, okay, I get it, but it's like, your vote makes a difference. So even just what you stand for, your values, your beliefs, maybe you don't endorse the person, but it makes such a difference. Yeah. So a lot of these, like, oh, I didn't vote because of this, or I did whatever, like, it's like, come on guys, it makes
it's such 2024, and especially if you're like younger. So I'm not saying like older people get a pass, but I feel like it's just a different mindset. And I feel like with our generation and even like the younger generation, like, there's so much that we can do. Okay, similar but different, like, during with everything that's going on in the world and like in other parts of the world, and even with like people canceling Starbucks, the impact that people made, they literally like losing billions of dollars. They had to run this whole, like, change, and literally all you did was stop supporting them. So imagine if you actually just voted and like did something. So, and to Mely's point, like, I'm not saying that Kamala is perfect and we endorse everything, but between the two, exactly, who can actually do the job? And it's like, and first of all, Queen is overqualified. Yeah. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that she can do this job. There's things that we agree with, there's things that we don't. But at the end of the day, she can do the job. What has Cheeto Puff done? Nothing. Literally nothing. And everyone who's out there saying, like, the economy was we are in his economy, right? Not like, the economy was so good, he gave us that check, that stimulus, Bitch. Obama, like, did all of that, and then it kind of bled into, so the economy was already kind of better, and then he just like came in, and it's like, no, like, it's like, but like, and just also just what he kind of stands for. So it's like, I get it. If you grew up Republican, I understand. If you grew up Democrat, I understand. But I feel like like, Cheeto Puff literally has just changed everything. Yeah. Because I remember growing up, like, in middle school, high school, Republicans were not like this. Exactly. Like, the Republican Party was not like synonymous with racism. Like, the conservative. Yeah. And there's even like, and it's like, it's just like, this person is a fucking racist. He's like doing, like, guys, he literally like, that fucking quote that literally just keeps coming up, that he literally said years ago. He was like, if I were to ever run, I would run Republican because they are dumb. Like, they are easy. I think he said they're sheep or something, because they are easily influenced. And that's literally what it is. You're getting the white trash. That's literally what it is. And I love all those TikToks where people go out and interview those like people that like stan him. Yeah. And they're like, there's like two types of videos I love. When they're like saying, first they'll say that like Kamala said this, or like Joe Biden said this, blah blah blah, and they are like, oh, blah 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 blah, and then they're like, oh, I got my notes wrong. Actually, Trump said this, and then they're like, they flip it. Yeah. Or they ask him question, what do you think about, should critical race theory be taught in schools? No, I don't think so, blah blah blah, because I just feel like it'll just cause more of it. And they're like, can you explain what critical race theory is? Like, a lot of actually, I don't know. Do you mind? Yeah. And I'm like, you are so ignorant. Yeah. And this is the thing, because there's people close to me who literally don't want the facts. They don't want the facts at all, because I will say, like, I have family members that I literally, I'm like, first of all, no. You need to love yourself and love where you come from. We are Latino. Like, I'm almost speaking for, like, us, because we are Mexican. But I'm like, how dare you literally slap your parents in the face, because all of our parents are immigrants. Our grandparents, all that shit that they fucking did. For what? Because you want to be accepted by a group that you will never be accepted. Exactly. And then when people bring you actual facts, you're like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Blah, 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 blah. Like, it's like, he will never see you as an equal. He will never see you at his level. Insert the Nicki Jam like thing here. And he was like, she's hot. Like, are you kidding me? He's just, I can't. And that's just like, that and all the hate. And the thing is, since 2020, like he's making it okay for all these closeted racists
to come out in public and just say these things.
I will never forget, literally, like day one back in 2020, one of our cousins, he said, he was like, literally, I think he was at like Venice Beach or something, someone literally said something racist to him, and I was like, it's starting.
Yeah.
And it's only gotten worse since then. And I'm just like, this is not what this is supposed to be.
And it's like, to Patty's point earlier, like, it's not against the Republican Party and these conservative thoughts. It's about someone who is making it okay, and for people to feel like you have a right to go up to someone because of their skin tone or whatever, and like say all of these shit, like no racist shit, like no.
Yeah, like I don't understand how anyone can think that's okay. Like I don't get it, because best believe, and this is probably like, I get it, because there's things that are where people are gonna be like, kill them with kindness, like da 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 da, violence isn't the answer. But like, catch me on a sick one,
like, bitch.
If I hear some shit, my brain isn't gonna be like, I will read the room, but like initially I'm like gonna pop off, because if I were to hear some shit, like, bitch, tell me something. And then literally like the day of the election or the day after, when everyone found out who won, it was the day after, I saw videos on TikTok where people were celebrating with MAGA hats in Mexican restaurants. Ni madre way. I don't want your shit. I literally was like,
and guys,
bitch, I would refuse. I would refuse like, to serve you.
And then
chinga tu maga, chinga tu pinche madre, way.
Chinga tu maga, that one. And like, I know we had a conversation about this, but literally Latinos, like, that was a big reason why Trump
I'm
won.
very disappointed.
The Latino vote. So let's just, like, when, like, I'm like, that is a fucking joke to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, again, because he will never see you at his level, and the people that follow him will never, like, you know, you're never gonna be equal to them. And on top of that, he's saying all of this racist shit about us, and he's like, oh no, even I'm American. No, bitch, you're still, it does not matter.
Con el nopal en la pinche frente, güey.
It's like, no, like, it's just, that's what's just like so like frustrating to me. And same, like, I have family, you know, who endorses him or whatever, and like, oh my god, and I'm like, you're gonna be the first one out of this fucking country. Like,
I hope everyone that voted for him gets what they voted for.
Oh my god.
But another thing, going to that, like, the Latino vote, it's very sad, but it's very telling of our culture, because it's very machista. Because it was the majority Latino men, and this is the thing.
But the women, it was right there. But the men.
But the thing is, in our culture, what is it that it's literally, it's even just with colorism. Like, if you're too dark, like, that's not a good thing. Like, if you're lighter, you're seen as like better, or that's something that you should strive for. So in this case, if again, it's all of my, like, they're literally thinking like, okay, if I support them, like, I'm one of them, da da da, like, I'm better, da da da, like, there's a lot of like self-hate, unfortunately, in our community, and it's very, very sad, because this whole time people have been fed this thing that, like, you're not good enough in our culture, and it's been made true. Like, what is the dream, the American dream? Who are these successful people? The white man, the American man, or whatnot. It's just sad that it's literally deep rooted in it. And also, I will stand on the fact that, like, again, a lot of these people just didn't want to vote for Kamala because she was a woman. Because they have so much fucking pride, and they're such a man that they're intimidated, because why would you vote for someone who literally is a piece of shit, who has bankrupt every fucking company, business that he's even, everyone says he's a great businessman. Wall Street thinks that he's shit.
He's been impeached like
twice, bitch. Like, people who worked under him on his last term, literally not even supporting him, saying, I do not endorse him. Like, what else do you need? Okay, and also, if you're okay with this man, the way he even sexualizes his own daughter.
Exactly.
Always talking about, like, oh, if she wasn't my daughter, da da.
Like, bitch,
you are disgusting. Like, you're a piece of shit, and I hope you get what you deserve.
It's so fucking gross.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, like literally that. It's like, no, when you mentioned something about the employees, I had seen some things. I think it was like a debate, right? And they were talking through that, and then about him, it was with a Cuban, and then the other person, I forget his name, but the Cuban was just, the Cubano was like voting for Trump. He's like, I'm Hispanic, I endorse him, whatever. And then they said, no, like, he's racist towards, like, you know, your race, like Hispanic and Latinos. He's like, no, I've been to Trump hotels. He's hired most Mexicans there, blah, blah, blah. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Is this your way? Like, oh my God. So that just reminded me. I was like, there is no way. Like, you just said that. Like, did you just hear yourself? You're saying he's not a racist because he hired Mexicans or Latinos.
Who else is going to do the job? Who else is going to do the job?
I'm like, oh my God. That was like just mind blowing to me. I was like, are you fucking
No, but
serious?
God forbid if he does start to, you know.
Who the fuck is going to do it?
Yeah, who's going to do the job? It's like that movie, Day Without a Mexican. And honestly, like, think of all, like, the farm workers. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are undocumented. And who's going to do that job? Mm-hmm. Who's gonna do that job? Yeah. Like, it's a lot of it's just gonna be really bad. And another thing that, like, I honestly am scared because, okay, let's say, like, we're in California, so and like, I feel like we're gonna be a little bit more protected, but it doesn't matter. I think a lot of people have this, like, individual mindset right now where, like, oh, it's not gonna impact me. And again, going back to the Latino community, I'm fine, like, okay, maybe you don't have anyone in your circle that is going to be directly impacted. But yeah, this is the thing. I feel like this is why it's so hard for Latinos to, like, move forward, because they are so, like, thinking of themselves. Like, everything is me, or, like, the family, but it's very, like, selfish. And I'm like, in order to set up our future, like, our kids' generations and all of that, like, yeah, we need to stick together. And I think that's what other communities do. The Black community, shout out to you, because they literally band together, and they are very much like, you do this to one of us, you're doing it to all of us. Yeah. Latinos, oh, I'm not Mexican, I'm not Salvadorian, I'm not this, I'm not that. They're even within the Latino community, there's a lot of hate. Yep. So it's very hard. There's a lot of work that needs to get done, and unfortunately there are a lot of people that do not believe that, and they're hard-headed. They're going to believe what they want to believe, but now we're going to have to deal with the, like, real shit. Yep. And again, I hope everyone that voted for him gets what they voted for, especially in the Latino community. And I'm not going to be, I don't feel sorry for you. I love the internet so much, because even, like, Florida, when they were like, it's red, and then apparently there's, like, another hurricane, everyone's like sending concepts of prayer. Sending concepts of prayer.
God. That's another thing for me that I'm, like, very, like, but I know that topic is very sensitive, but, like, religion and, like, this whole, like, I can't. Division of church and state.
Okay, and there's these other things. So again, that's, like, the whole racism, colorism, all of that. Ill. Being a woman, like, that just makes me feel like, even being a woman, period, is already like, you're looked down upon. It's already a struggle. He has made it seem like even more, like, okay to degrade women more than we've already are being degraded, and it fucking sucks. Like, you don't think we're fucking tired? And, like, the whole, oh, it's your body, my choice. Fuck you. Yeah. Fuck you. How dare you? How dare anyone? Like, excuse me? I'm like, okay, you Roe v. Wade, you're so proud that you got rid of that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you probably have benefited from Plan B, from abortions. I'm pretty sure you probably have made someone get an abortion, or, like, maybe someone in your family has gotten an abortion. Has your daughter ever gotten an abortion? And again, people think, like, oh, like, if you have the baby, you should, like, just stick with it. Sometimes abortions have to happen. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna be very vulnerable right now. My mom won't be vulnerable on behalf of that. Before they had me, my mom was pregnant. She miscarried. She had and she couldn't carry the baby to term. She had to get what's technically called an abortion to get the baby out.
Yeah.
And what? So if that were the case now, what, you want my mom to keep that dead baby
and
inside of her?
Like something
which,
happens.
Yeah, which can cause harm to her.
Yeah.
And then not only you don't have the baby, my mom could have been gone.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times there are things where, like, doctors have to intervene to do their job, and now you're taking away that.
Yeah. And on top of that, sometimes you don't get the, like, what if, okay, like, someone gets raped, something, I don't want to word it that way, but sometimes you don't have that choice. It's like, not choice, oh my god, how do you say it?
No, yeah, the choice is like,
like, it's like literally, like, I'm just like,
it's forced.
Like, I'm like, what? Like, it's like, you don't get, like, what am I gonna do? Like, you serious? You're gonna have someone live, like, and possibly resent their baby because of a situation that happened to her that she had no choice in? Like, think about that too. Like, that's just crazy.
Or all those people, because I know there's conservatives out there too, where there's a lot of, and it happens all over the world, where there's parents that do that, fathers that do that to their daughters.
It's like, there's so much.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
No. If you guys have not seen it, I posted this on my story. I think it was the day of the election, or the, like, I posted during the week. It's called Red, White, and Blue. It's a short film on YouTube. Brittany Snow is in it. It's literally 23 minutes. Watch it. That is very much real. I watched it and I started crying because I was like,
yeah, guys, it's insane.
Like, that could happen.
Yeah, 1000%.
So there's that. And then another thing that also, like, for me, that I'm like, really hits home is, like, the whole Department of Education thing, like, dismantling that, especially because, you know, we live in Inglewood, and like, a lot of my nieces and nephews go to school in Inglewood, Lenox, and, you know, it's not like a priority to, like, compared to other cities within California, and, like, financially or whatever. And dismantling the Board of Education, which helps, like, fund those schools, or all schools, and also, like, make schools accessible for children with disabilities. I have a nephew who has a disability who just started going to school, and he is so, like, like, this little boy, he's like our fucking angelito. Like, I love this little boy so much. My whole family does. And I remember when I heard that he was going to school, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I was so happy for multiple reasons. One, that he's going to school and he likes it. Like, he actually loves it. And, like, when he doesn't get to go to school, like, he gets mad. And when he sees his cousins, like, with their backpacks, like, he's not going to school, he gets upset. And also for my cousin, because my cousin takes care of him, and, like, that's her time. She now has time to, like, breathe and all this stuff. And I'm like, wow, this boy just started going to school, and, like, what if he's not able to go to school anymore? And I literally told my mom that. I was like, what if that happens? I was like, then what? And then I think when I said that, because again, my parents don't really, like, understand, like, everything. And even my mom told me, like, she's like, y ganó el tu favorito, but she said it like a joke. And I didn't get into it with her, but I started hitting her with, like, I was like, yeah, I'm scared. I was like, as a woman, I am terrified. And then I told her, I was like, and everything wants to do with the schools. I was like, and I have to, like, kind of be a little bit more over dramatic for her to understand. And I was like, so-and-so might not be able to go to school anymore. And then her face was kind of like, oh shit. Like, this is real shit that is happening. And for everyone that's, like, so happy about this, what are you happy about?
Literally.
Like, what are you happy about? That your gas prices are going to be low. We can go on and on about
and
this.
And that affects my small business a lot.
Yeah, we can go on and on about this. I didn't mean this. It's just a lot. It's just a fucking lot.
But yeah, guys, we know it's a sensitive topic, but also we wanted to speak to this because this is truly what we stand for. And we've always said this since day one. Like, we're going to stay authentic to ourselves. Like, this is, you know, El Efecto podcast, and this is who we are. And
this is impacting us a lot.
And it's something that we're not going to hide. And again, sensitive topic, but again, it's who we are. So, So, guys, we don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. We will see you guys in next week's episode. Bye.